Hi everybody, I'm Alan from UDoAV. Today we just have a quick easy tip. This is how to save a few bucks when you're putting together your phone modules inside of your AV closet, not on your rack, but on your AC cabinet, the one that's inside the wall. There's a couple ways that you can do it. One is you can get like a phone module, which is a whole bunch of different blocks that you can terminate each plug and put it on there. We'll try to put a picture up for you so you can see what it looks like. But you can save yourself a little money if you do something like this. This is called a 66 punch block. This is what we use on commercial applications. They're pretty inexpensive. You can pick it up for like 10, 15 bucks. And they work great. They work perfect. So this is what I'm going to use on my house since I have a lot of phone lines, and I'm going to save a little bit of money doing it this way. So how this works is each one of these metal pins here, receives a wire, and these two, the two pins on the left are connected to each other. The two pins on the right are connected to each other in each row. So on the top row, the two pins on the left are connected, and the next ones down are connected, and the next ones are down are connected, and the next ones down are connected. They're not internally connected to each other up and down, they're just internally connected left and right. So the left one is connected to this one, and this right one over here is connected to the one next to it. So this is how you'd splice. So you would land your home wires on one set, and you'd land the live wire on another set. So I'll explain what that means. So here, the first thing we have to do is, since these things aren't connected to each other, we need to kind of pre-wire this thing. This is going to take a little longer than your regular phone connection, but it's still pretty quick and easy, and it does save you a little bit of money. So the first thing I need to do is I need to mark the terminals to where the wires go. So in each CAT5 wire, in each CAT5 cable, there are 8 wires. There's a white blue, there's a white blue, a blue, a white orange, orange, white green, green, white brown, brown. That's 8 wires, okay? So the order goes white blue, blue, white orange, orange, white green, green, white brown, brown, and it goes down just like that. And then it's going to start over with the next wire. The next wire will be white orange or white blue, blue, white orange, orange, white green, green, white brown, brown. It's all going to go down just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Okay, so I'm going to mark the first wire in each one with a pencil. This is my white blue, blue, white orange, orange, white green, green, white brown, brown, white blue. Okay. White blue, blue, white orange, orange, white green, green, white brown, brown, white blue. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mark it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And mark it. And there won't be enough at the bottom for another one. And so then I can go back up over here to the top, and I can just go straight across. Mark that one. Mark that one. I know right now you guys might be confused on why I'm doing this. Soon you'll find out. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and I marked my 66 block to indicate where my white blue goes on every cable. And that's going to tell me the first wire of every cable. Your phone line number 1, so on your phone system, line 1 is blue. Line 2 could be orange or it could be green depending on how you wired up your house. They have an A pattern, they have a B pattern. In my house we use a B pattern. So my line 2 is orange, my line 3 is green, my line 4 is brown. Well, I'm going to wire them all in, even though I only use lines 1 and 2 at my house. I'm going to wire them all in. So this will be the first pair of wires, but what I need to do is make sure that line 1 is the same all throughout my entire house. So I need to land line 1 here, and land line 1 here, and land line 1 here to make sure that line 1 is landed on every block throughout the house. So what I did is I went ahead and I took some CAT5 cable and I stripped some CAT5 cable just like this, and I grabbed one for each color. And this is how I'm going to mark, this is how I'm going to connect, I'm going to interconnect the phone line throughout the entire house. So I'm going to use the second row. Okay, I'm going to use the second row of pins, not the first row. The first row is for the home lines. The second row right there is for my splicing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, oh, you need a blade. This is a punch down tool right here. Okay, there's a couple different blades you can get. You can get a 110 blade. The 110 blade would do your outlets, the phone outlets, the inside of each room. That's your 110 blade. And then your 66 blade, get in there, you son of a gun. Your 66 blade does your 66 blocks. And on your blade is reversible. You have a cutting side. You can see that there's a sharp edge right there. That's the cutting side. If I take the blade and flip it over, this one's blunt. There's no cut edge on that. Okay, so this is if I want to punch it down, but I don't want to cut it off. So my first line gets cut off. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to lay my white wire in the first pin, my blue wire in the second pin. I'm going to punch it down and it's going to get cut off. Bam! Okay, go over here and bam. So you can see right there, my white wire is on my top pin, and that's white blue, and my blue wire is on my second pin. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and interconnect that all the way down. So go ahead and do that. So I'm going to make sure that my white wire stays on top, and it loops all the way over to the second pin and loops back out. Okay, looks just like that. White wire came into the top, looped over, and came back out. Blue wire, bam, just like that. Okay, notice I haven't punched it down yet. I'm just looping it. Okay, we're going to keep going down to the next one. So I've got my mark. White wire goes above the mark, the blue wire goes below the mark. Hook it on that dude. Bring it right back out. See, there's my first one punched down. My next ones are just looped, just like that. Brought them in and put them right back out. Right on the right pins. Okay, go ahead and keep going. Now I've done this a lot. This is how the company I used to work for, back when I was newly married, this is how we did all of our phone blocks. Save some money. For them, of course. Now I'm doing 2 wires at the same time. You guys might not like that. It might be hard for you. That's fine. You can do 1 wire at a time. All right, you can see at the top, looped it in all the way down to the bottom. Now what I'm going to do, I'm at the bottom, I'm going to bring it up the bottom here, and I'm going to come back from the bottom up this way. I started from the top, worked my way down. Here I'm going to go start from the bottom, work my way up. This one here doesn't look right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why doesn't it look right? Oh, I marked it wrong with my pencil. That's why. Miscounted a pin. Remember, your white wire goes on top. All right, then when I get to the top, you can see how I did it all the way down this side here, and then came back up this side here. Okay? Come up here to the top, and this time I want to cut it, so I've got my cutting blade. So I'm gonna bam, cut, and cut. All right. So now I've pre-wired this whole thing. I still haven't punched down those wires. They're just hooked onto those. There's little, I don't know if you can see, but it's got little needles on it. Little noses, little edges on it. I don't know if you can get a good shot of that. There you go, that's a decent shot. See, there's little edges right there, that little hook. I just hook the wires over the top of that, but it doesn't make a connection until it's pushed all the way down to the bottom. That's what the punch down tool does. Okay, I'm gonna take my blade, I'm gonna swip it over. Now I've got the dull blade, and I'm just gonna go punch, 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 punch. All right, what that just did is that just pushed the wire into there. So now, that line 1, that blue pair, is connected to, it's in the right position so that it's gonna splice together every blue pair from all the individual CAT5 cables. There's gonna be one individual CAT5 cable that takes up this much space. Another CAT5 cable takes up this much space. Another one that takes up this much space. And I'm gonna land the blue pair out of each CAT5 cable on this left pin all the way down this side, and the right pin all the way up this side. So what that does, now that we just put those jumpers, that's looping together the blue pair on every single wire. So now they're all interconnected, so that means all I have to do is heat up. I've got to make live the blue pair on one of my wires, and bam, it heats up all of them. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do that now. All my line 1 are connected. I'm gonna do the same thing with all my other wires. Blue pair first, then orange. Next one down is gonna be green, then brown. I'll go ahead and do that off camera and just show you what it looks like when it's done. And there we go. They're all punched down. Now it's time to install this thing inside the cabinet and put my phone wires on it. Remember, all we did here is we just linked all the lines together. So line 1 from this wire is now linked to line 1 on this wire, which is now linked to line 1 on this wire, which is now linked to line 1 on this wire, and so on and so forth. And we used the inner pins, okay? We left the outer pins, we left those open. Those are gonna go for our home lines, okay? We cut off the tops over here, we cut off the excess over here, and we cut off the excess over here. These are just looped through. We used our non-cutting blade to punch all these down. All right, let's go put this in the closet. This is inside my media closet where the phone line is gonna go. This is the base. It's just a plastic base. I've already installed it. I just used some metal screws, some very short metal screws, because I didn't want them to go through the other side of my drywall. So I got some very short metal screws, just screwed them in. Like I said, they do make the modules that just kind of click in place, but this is cheaper and it actually holds a little better. Sometimes those modules click out, they're kind of a pain in the butt. So next thing I'm gonna do is click my wired. Well, actually, no, before I do that, I need to get my wires in place. So this thing right here will hold up to 12 wires. So I have wires that I'm not going to be able to use. I don't plan on putting a phone there. I just ran them just in case when I was wiring the house. So this thing will hold 6 wires on the left, 6 wires on the right. So you just go ahead, rearrange your wires the way that you want them to look, and then click it in place. I'm going to go ahead and click off the camera and get my wires straightened out. Alright, try to get a little more light. So you can see, this is the string. I've got it stripped to somewhere between the orange and green pair, about halfway where all the wires are going to land. After I pull the string, get all the cable out, we're going to cut the string, and I'm going to cut this jacket off. Being very careful not to damage the wire when I do it. Okay, once I do that, cut the wire to a manageable length. Now I like, if I start with the blue and I pull it tight, the wire is going to kind of end up at the top like that. I like it when the wire is like kind of in the middle and the wire kind of fans out. I kind of like the way that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and land the orange pair first. So just untwist them, split them up, and I'm going to land the orange pair, the white where the white one goes, and the orange one where the orange one goes, and I can go ahead and pull it tight. And remember, we're going on the first pins, not on the second, and I'm going to use my cutting blade, here. That is the cutting blade. Okay? Go to the top, bam, and bam. Orange pair's punched down. Now if that one's punched down, I'll do the green one. This is just keeping the wire. I'm only doing this for looks. You can start the top if you want, but I just like it to look like even. Okay. Green, white, boom, solid green, bam. Do the blue one now. Untwist it. White wire on top, white blue on the bottom. Punched. Uh-oh, I made a rookie mistake. The orange side is the cut side, the blue side is the not cut side. Put the wrong side on it, didn't do anything. Luckily I missed. Okay. Last wire is the brown one. Alright, let's get a close up of that. See, I got the, these are the ones I did right here. See the wires in the middle? Looks good. So then after that, I can write my label, which was guest. Bed. Ah, terrible handwriting. I promise you that says guest bed. Alright, there we go. You just repeat that same process for the whole block, making sure that your active one is on the top. And you save yourself a little money. It takes a little time, but it looks nice. Once all said and done, whoa! Dress up your wires. Makes it look pretty nice in the cabinet. Right there, goes in. And it's kind of hard to tell. I'll take an after picture once I'm all done. Alright, let's take a look at that. Alright, let's take a look at that finished phone block. Here you can see all the colors match up. White, blue, white, orange, white, green, white, brown. All the way down. Go here to the side. The wires are neatly stripped. Yeah, my handwriting's not great. Now, you can also write on these sides. You can write your labels on there too. You don't have to do that. You know, people can argue that hardwired telephone is a dying breed, but I disagree. I think there's nothing more convenient than being able to pick up a phone and make a phone call. And it's definitely part of an AV system. So here's our AV rack. We're making progress. We're not there yet, but we're definitely making progress. Got the network switch up there. Here's my satellite stuff, my phone stuff, my cable stuff over here. We still got some work to do, but we're getting there. Here's all my rack wiring that has not yet landed. So once again, I'm Alan, and today we did AV. Now you do AV.